Hello there, you sexy people. Your cinema buddy here with not scheduled video. And why is that? Because recently an unfinished trailer for Spider-Man 4 got leaked. Unfinished in terms of visual effects. In many moments it's just a static 3D model. But it doesn't matter because the trailer is complete with fragments of dialogue and it confirms a lot of things and gives some idea of what to expect. I will retell the entire trailer, break down the shots and try to piece together the likely plot of the film. The trailer opens with a panorama of New York under the LCD Soundsystem track that perfectly reflects Peter's current life. He loves his city, but it constantly drags him down. We see Peter entering his small apartment and throwing the mail on the table. Maybe it's overdue rent or bills. A voiceover says, "Hi, my name is Peter Parker, you don't remember me, but we used to know each other. Something bad was supposed to happen, and the only way to stop it was to make everyone forget about me. I'm not just Peter Parker, I'm Spider-Man." While he's talking, we see him looking at someone in the restaurant. I assume it's MJ. And then we see Spider-Man standing on a platform with officials who publicly welcome him. I think J. Jonah Jameson will be absolutely furious here and will once again call Spider-Man a menace on TV. Most likely this scene takes place after an assumed opening montage showing Spider-Man taking down various small-time villains over the past few years. These scenes are reflections of comic book covers. One references Spider-Man's first appearance, the second a clash with Boomerang and then with Tarantula. After that we see ninjas in red outfits attacking Spider-Man. Obviously this is the Hand organization, which also appeared in Daredevil. A voiceover says, "Sometimes Spider-Man has to do the hardest job, even if it breaks Peter Parker's heart." Then there is a close-up of Peter, and steady sync voice says, "You're not in the best shape, Spider-Man. Don't get in my way, or it won't be just your friends who forget who Peter Parker is." And they show a mysterious hooded figure. Then there's a montage of action shots in different locations. We see Spidey on an armored truck, Scorpion smiling after escaping from prison, huge explosions, the Punisher's battle van ramming into Spider-Man. Over all this, a new voiceover says, "Spiders have 3 life cycles. Between them, the spider is vulnerable. Those who survive are reborn." Then Peter turns to Bruce Banner for help outside a university. Banner replies, "You're not my student, are you?" And then another montage of action, the armored truck scene and Spidey flying through the air dodging cars being thrown at him. Even in this potato quality leak it's clear the action is going to be top tier. Then we got the logo and after it, the meeting between Spidey and the Punisher. Spidey asks, "Wait, what are you doing here?" And the Punisher replies, "Saving your ass." And that's where the trailer ends. Honestly, it feels really fresh. It sucks that we have to break down this leaking awful quality with a magnifying glass just to make out anything. Can't wait to see it in a proper quality, but for now, let's run through the interesting bits. First, the tone of the trailer. It's very grounded. This is not the end of the world and not the multiverse story. It's a story about the city, gangs and a mysterious villain. And the New York doesn't feel like a backdrop. It feels like a living organism. Second, I like how Peter is shown. Judging by the dialogue, he lives with a constant sense of guilt. He literally had to erase himself to save everybody. This is no longer a naive school kid. This is the man who made an adult, incredibly painful choice and now lives with the consequences. Hence the scene of him watching MJ from afar, the empty apartment and the complete break from his old life. Probably the most interesting thing is Sadie Sink's mysterious character, a hooded woman. Judging by the lines and the way she's shown, this is not some 2-minute villain like Boomerang or Tarantula. She knows about Strange Spell. She knows people had their memories of Spider-Man's identity erased and tells him to stay out of it. And she threatens that she can mess with his mind too. There are 2 options here. Either she's playing Shatra, the goddess of a weaving world, or Jean Grey, the mutant from the X-Men, who is being controlled by a true villain lurking in the shadows. Personally, I lean towards the second option, because in the trailer her character is not hunting Spidey specifically, she's advising him not to interfere, whereas Shatra would be very interested in the spider totems since she hates them and wants to replace the spider order with her own. That doesn't match what we see in the trailer at all. The more logical option is that this is Jean Grey, but under the control of a hidden villain. Fans are guessing Ogun. I had never heard of him. but he's an anti-telepath who can possess other bodies, a ninja-trained martial arts master who can control minds. That way you can explain the release of Evil Hulk. Ogun would take control of him. Supporting this version are the demon-like or Japanese mask symbols on the armored truck from the set photos. I also remembered and found a set video where Sadie Sink is carried away on a stretcher and put into an ambulance. Maybe that scene happens after Spidey somehow frees her from the mind control? The appearance of Tom Stone and his words about the Spider's 3 life cycles are also interesting. I like this character in the animated series and I'm curious how he and Spidey will interact. Obviously he has a significant role in the plot, but is on the gang side of the story. It's possible Spidey will have to make a deal with him or protect him from the Punisher's wrath. There are tons of possibilities. Major insiders have said Tom Stone will stick around for the whole trilogy and keep popping up in the future Spider-Man films. That's great news. Finally, at the very end, we see Punisher. For literally one scene, he tells Spidey he's saving his ass. From whom or what is unclear. Judging by the dialogue, this isn't their first meeting and Spidey is clearly surprised to see Frank. Looks like by this point they've already clashed and tried to figure out which one of them is the real villain. And after that, they'll be working together. At least for a while. What do you think about this trailer and who do you think Sink is playing? Share your thoughts in the comments. Personally, there are some ideas about what we have seen, but I'll save that for another full video. Thanks for watching, bye for now.